Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Today, we'll be talking about 3 teams I think should seriously consider trading for Kyle Pitts. This on another episode of... So, the Atlanta Falcons have made their intentions clear that Kyle Pitts is up on the trade block. Now, this is not that surprising of news. Kyle Pitts has not exactly performed up to expectations since joining the Falcons a few years ago, but looks like the Falcons might be willing to part ways with him. So, obviously, teams that would be interested are teams that not necessarily have stellar tight end rooms. And here are my picks for 3 teams I think should be interested in acquiring Kyle Pitts' services. So first up, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, Jacksonville, their current number 1 tight end on their depth chart is Brenton Strange, who in 2024 had 40 receptions, 411 receiving yards, and 2 touchdowns. Now, obviously, he was not the only tight end or the number 1 tight end for the Jaguars last season, but it should be noted that the Jaguars tight end room behind him isn't that stellar. So potentially trading to acquire Kyle Pitts and hope that he, outside of the Falcons system, revives his career. Next up, we have the LA Chargers, and heading into 2025, the lead tight end on their depth chart is Will Dissly. Now, Dissly in 2024 had 50 receptions, 481 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Sort of similar to Brenton Strange, except there wasn't nearly as much competition for catching Justin Herbert's passes in 2024. Obviously, there was not really a receiving core to speak of to challenge tight ends having opportunities. And the only real notable pass catcher on that offense for the Chargers was Ladd McConkey in 2024. So the Chargers, I think, should be interested in bringing in another tight end like Kyle Pitts to compete and be a possible option for Justin Herbert, especially because the Chargers are in such a competitive division now that both the Broncos and Chiefs are playoff teams. They should be willing to go out and acquire more weapons to potentially give them the ability to actually win those games. My third pick of a team that should be interested in Kyle Pitts is the Seattle Seahawks. Now, the Seahawks, the number 1 tight end on their depth chart heading into 2025 is Noah Fant. And Noah Fant in 2024 had 48 receptions for 500 yards and 1 touchdown, which, again, not the greatest. I mean, Kyle Pitts in 2024 had 47 receptions for 602 yards and 4 touchdowns. So Kyle Pitts is better than all 3 of the main tight ends for the teams I've discussed in terms of getting production, albeit barely. But for the Seahawks, this would fit right in with what they're planning to be doing in this upcoming season, which is bringing in a bunch of players from outside the organization to help improve it. They obviously brought in Sam Darnold, Cooper Kupp. They got rid of DK Metcalf and Geno Smith. So bringing in another tight end weapon to help bolster that offense and give Sam Darnold more options to choose from in the passing game is a good thing. So with that being said, guys, please like, share, subscribe down below. Tell me what you think, and I'll see you next time.